starting with the second topic. This is your chapter 2. Inverse trigonometric function. Fine. Now, what are inverse trigonometric function? Tell. In your previous class, class 11th, you studied about trigonometric functions. Correct on what were trigonometric functions? Studied no trigonometric functions or did not study? Studied. What were the basic trigonometric functions? Correct. Sin x, cos x, tan x. Correct. Cot x, secant x, cotangent x. Now, sin x range was what? Domain range. You people know? Huh? What? Range is -1 to 1. Domain? R. This was a function from real numbers to what? Closed -1, 1. Correct or no? Same for cos x, it was all the set of real numbers were the input, output was between -1 to 1. And tan x was what? F was a function from tan x. See how it will be from set of real numbers to set of real numbers. Correct? I'll tell you graph, that time you'll understand. Fine. Now see, inverse function. Just last topic we had discussed about inverse function. What was the main condition for inverse of a function? When do we say? See, suppose f is a function. I am saying that f inverse exists. That means what? That is inverse of f exists. When I tell inverse of s exists, what is the condition? Last topic we had learned, no, one function was given, then we defined inverse of a function. What was the main condition? 10. And one problem also we had done, that time I had told you, see, turn pages and see. Inverse of a function. In a box I had made you to write. Determinant. That is for matrix, no? A inverse. Here condition is what? Composition mapping say I had told you. Forgot? See, I had told you that F composition or else G composition f of x is should be equals to what? Should be equals to I of x. That is equals to x. Or your F composition G of y should be equals to what? That is equals to what? Y. If these two conditions are satisfied, we will tell that function is what? Invertible. And inverse of f is what? Inverse of g is what? F. So we told that finally g is equals to what? F inverse. Correct or no? Correct or no? Okay. Then when we did a problem, I told you that, okay, if you are not able to verify this, go to another method. What was that? I had given you, see, result karke I had told you one box mein also I had written. F is bijective. Correct or no? We had studied these two topics. See, not this, no? Not. If F is bijective, 1, 1 and on 2, then F is invertible. Given or no? Wait. See. Okay. So if F is bijective 1, 1 and on 2, then the function will become what? Invertible. Correct, no? Okay. So now these are the two important conditions for the function to be what? Invertible. Some network issue later. Done. Understood, no? So either the function is bijective, then we'll tell f inverse exists. Bijective means what? When do we say a function is bijective? 1, 1 and on 2. Or else we need to verify this condition. Now we will keep this condition in mind. 1, 1 and on 2. How is the graph of sin x? How is the graph of sin x? Sin x I am discussing. Wave. Correct or no? How is the wave? See, here is a 0. Here is suppose pi by 2. Pi. 3 pi by 2. Minus pi by 2. So something like this it is. How will be the curve for sin x? How will be the graph? It will be like this. Correct or no? Starting from 0. Sin 0 value is 0. Sorry, sin 0 value is 0. Correct. So here it will be 0. And sin pi by 2 value is 1. So here it is getting 1 as the value. And here it is getting what? Minus 1 as the value. Sin 3 pi by 2 value is minus 1. And here when I continue like this, then it will be like this. Correct or no? Understood? So this is the graph for what? Sin x. So what is the function from now? Function is from, see, inputs are from where? Real numbers. But lies between all values between minus 1 and 1. Correct or no? Now is this function 1, 1? This function is not 1, 1. Why? From that time it was visible, no? Or no? Okay. Okay. So if I draw any line parallel to x-axis, how many times it will intersect? Infinite times it will intersect. Now I have drawn only graph this much small, but infinite times it will intersect. Function will not become what? 1, 1. So now to make it 1, 1, what I have to do? Huh? Make it intersect only once. Correct or no? Because I have to find what? This is the graph for f of x is equals to sin x of x. Correct. F of x is equals to sin x graph it is. What I need graph for? F of x is equals to sin inverse of x. Correct on? I need the graph for inverse function. So inverse function should be what now? Inverse of a function exists only if it is bijective function 1, 1 and on 2. So now the same graph, what I'll do now? I'll copy it over here. Same graph is there. I'll try to make it 1, 1. See how I'll make it 1, 1 now? By restricting its domain and range. So what I'm doing, this much part I'm removing now. And from here also I'll remove this much part. Correct? I've removed it or no? What I've done? See, here from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, I have restricted the graph for it to become what? 1, 1 and on 2. Now see, clearly it is 1, 1 or no? Any line you draw anywhere, see anywhere you draw, it will become what? Parallel to x-axis. And how many times it will cut? Exactly 1 time. So what will be the domain now of the sin inverse x? You people tell me now, domain. Domain will change, no? See, inverse function, how it was, inverse was f from a to b. Then g function, how we defined? B to A. Ulta it became, no? So here what will be the domain now? -1 to 1. And what will be the range or codomain? -π/2 to π/2, because I have restricted the codomain now for the function to become what? Onto. Understood? So this is how inverse functions are defined. Clear? So similarly, if we see for cos inverse x, see. How is the graph for cos inverse x? Cos 0 is how? 1, no? So how will be the graph? It will be like this, and π/2 it is minimum, and then again like this. Correct on? Heavy network issues, sir. Understood? So it will be like this. Cos x graph, see, at 0, it will have the maximum value at 1. At π/2 value is what? Cos 90 0 value is 0. So again, it will start going negative. Cos pi value, cos 180 value is -1. And cos 3π/2 value again 0. So again, same this side, it will be like this. Clear? Understood? Now see, any line I draw parallel, here 2 times it is cutting. Here it is cutting 2 times. So what I have to do? Function is from where to where? Function is from real numbers to? No, -1, 1. Correct? No, this is function for what? F of x is equals to cos x. Now I need the function f is equals to cos inverse of x. So what should I do now? Inverse function should be there, then what should I do? Inverse function, when it will exist, it should be bijective 1, 1 and onto. How I can make it 1, 1? By restricting its domain. And how I can make it onto? By restricting its codomain. So this is the... Sorry. Correct? So this is the graph. What I'll do now? See, I'll try to erase it like this. This much part, whatever is there, I don't want. And this much part, I don't want. Correct? Function became or no? 1, 1. How it became 1, 1? See, from here to here, it is graph now. That is, I'm restricting it from where to where? 0 to pi. Any line I draw now, it will become what? 1, 1. Understood? So f is a function from where to where now? -1 to 1 only. See, because it will become inverse. Ulta it will become. Till where? 0 to pi. Correct? Understood? Because here the function is from 0 to pi. So this is the inverse function. Clear? So we'll note down now on table. Trigonometric function with its domain and range to become bijective. Trigonometric function with its domain and range to become bijective. In general, we know that it is not bijective. Yes or no? Because it is neither 1, 1 nor 1, 2. But if we restrict it now, it will become 10. What should be the domain of sin x for it to become bijective? -1 to 1. And what should be the range?
-π/2 by.
Domain of sin x should be what? See, domain of sin x for it to become For it to become 1, 1. It should be from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Correct? No. It should be from minus pi by 2 to, yes, correct. And what should be the range? Range is -1 to 1. Condition for it to become bijective. Now for cos x, how we have discussed? Cos x. Cos x domain should be what? 0 to pi. Correct? No? See. Only this much part. 0 to pi. I'm still not discussing for inverse for trigonometric functions. And what should be the range? -1, 1. Correct, Arti. Okay. Next, what should be for tan x? For all real numbers, it will become this 1, 1 on 2. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Chalo, how will be the graph? How will be the graph? At pi by 2, tan pi by 2 value is? Tan pi by 2 value. Sin pi by 2 by cos pi by 2. Tan pi by 2 value is sin pi by 2 value is 1. Cos pi by 2 value is 0. 1 by 0 is infinity, not defined. Correct? So see all these values at 3 pi by 2, pi by 2, tan function will not be defined. Correct? So how will be the graph? Graph will be like this, okay? Now whether it is 1, 1 on 2? No, because any line I'll draw over here now, infinite time it will cut. Correct? So what I should do now? Restrict its domain and range. So how I'll restrict? I'll remove this part. This whatever black line is there and this black line I'll remove. Only middle part I'll keep. Correct? Now what will be its domain? That also what? Open interval. Because your end points are not included. Because pi by 2 minus pi by 2 tan x is not defined. Correct? So what it will be? Open minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And what will be the range? Range is what? See, what values it is taking? From minus infinity to where it is taking? Infinity. All the values it is taking means it is taking the values of real numbers. Correct? Cot x. What should be the domain? Open 0 pi. See, sin x and tan x are related. Cos x and cot x are related. There it is closed 0 pi. Here it is open 0 pi. And what will be the range? Range will be same R. Understood? Secant x one time I'll confirm. Secant x tell domain is what? Secant x. Secant x will be what? Secant x and cos x are related. So for secant x, it will be 0 close 0 comma pi. But at what value it is not defined? Secant pi by 2 value is what? Secant pi by 2 value is not defined. Because it is 1 by 0, no? 1 by 0 is infinity, not defined. So I have removed that point. Understood? And what will be the range of this? Hmm? R minus minus 1 comma 1 open interval. And when we discuss for cosecant x, it will be minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed. Minus, I'll remove the 0 point. And next range will be what? Again same. R minus minus 1 comma 1. So see, if you relate now in groups there. Sine and cosecant, cos and secant, tan and cot. Understood? Those are there understood or no online? Everyone try to answer. Okay, see alone Aarti is answering. Done? Next. Inverse trigonometry function with the following domain and codomain will be bijective. Now what we have to do? Now your sine inverse x, tan inverse x, and cosecant inverse x. The quadrant of solution will be first and fourth quadrant. Means whatever their answer will be there should lie either in first quadrant or second quadrant. Correct, correct. Fourth quadrant too. Fine. And for cos inverse x, cot inverse x, secant inverse x, what should be the quadrant of solution? First and second quadrant. Now what will be the domain of sine inverse x? Just what you have got over here no table, just reverse it. Fine. So here now it will be domain will be minus 1 to 1. And what will be the range? Without seeing tell.
Minus
Closed,
pi
okay,
by
remember.
2.
Pi by 2. What will be for tan inverse x? Domain will be what? Their range was what? Complete real number was there. I showed you that minus infinity to infinity. So your domain will become R. Range will be open bracket minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. For cosecant inverse x, domain was R minus minus 1 comma 1. What will be the range? See, cosecant inverse and sine inverse are related. But only one point will be excluded, that is 0. Correct? Now cos inverse x, what is the domain? Same, minus 1 comma 1 will be the domain. Principal range. And here in your inverse trigonometry function, we tell it principal range. Okay. And 2 marks, 1 question sure from this. For a board exam, 2 marks, 1 question sure. Okay. So what will be the principal range or principal value for cos inverse x? Close 0 comma pi. Correct, no? Here it will be again be R, and here it will become open 0 comma pi. Secant inverse will be what? R minus minus 1 comma 1. And what will be the range? Open 0 comma pi. Sorry, close 0 comma pi minus pi by 2. So this is the 2 tables you have to remember till tomorrow, okay? Without fail. Either you remember first one, second one directly you'll remember. Second one you remember, first one you'll remember. Okay. Online, those who are there getting it, no? And important topic it is. For your KCET exam, 3 questions will come from inverse trigonometric function. And board exam, it will give you 11 marks. MCQ 1 question, fill in the blanks 1 question, 2 marks, 2 marks, 1 question, 4 marks, 3 marks, 1 question, 7 marks became, no? 7 and 4 marks, 1 question. 6 plus 4 part में. Done? Chalo. Next. See, important result. The principal value of the inverse trigonometric function lies always in the principal range. Any question they will give you, they'll tell find the principal value. That principal value needs to lie where? In the principal range. Understood? Now see, sine inverse of some function they have given you, think. Sine inverse of 3 pi by 10. Like this they have given you. And they'll tell you to find what? Principal value. So whatever your end answer is there, in which interval should lie? See, I am getting like you think 2 pi by 3. Now you people tell me my answer is correct or wrong. Answer is correct or wrong. What is the principal range of sine inverse x? Principal range is what?
Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2.
2 pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 means how many degrees? 90 degrees, correct? To 90 degrees. What is my 2 pi by 3 value? 120. 2 into 180 divided by 3. It will be what? 120 degrees. Does 120 degree belongs to this? Does not belongs, no? So definitely my answer is what? Wrong. Understood? So whatever the principal value of function is there must always lie in the principal range. So that is what your result is telling. Right. And based on this topic only in board exam, 2 marks question. Done.